911, where's your emergency?
You always been real. You always been cool. You always been genuine.
I'm sensitive about my shit. TalkBoy worldwide.
Come on now.
I'm sensitive about my shit. You go, boy.
Can't control myself.
Before we get into this video, can you please like and subscribe and also hit notify so you can get that new. I'm Tori CapeTeaux Ferguson, and this is TalkBoy Worldwide. CapeTeaux speaks.
It's me, CapeTeaux. Since you can't keep my name out your mouth, what you say? You are such a tease. Can you handle me? Do what you wanna, do what you wanna to my body. Yeah. Do what you wanna, do what you want to till my body. Do what you want to me, top to shit. There's certain different love. So what you wanna do?
You either with me or you not. For everyone who needs a reintroduction, I'm not just a recording artist, but I'm an award-winning independent recording artist, a model, and if you've seen me on YouTube, an actor. I was just in Anna South TV series on YouTube. An entrepreneur, a doggy daddy, a son, a brother, a friend, and an all-around good, great person.
Thank you so much for my music. For my album. This is full attention. I want to thank you so much. Thank you.
It has been one interesting and difficult year, but I feel like I'm strong enough to get through it. I was hospitalized for dehydration. I collapsed twice at home. It's just been crazy. It's been a whirlwind lately. But I'm back. I want to do a video. And just talk about my journey since my debut album, Full Attention, and everything since. You know, it's been crazy. It has. It really has. After Full Attention and releasing my debut album, I lost my job. I lost my man. And, you know, I just been trying to build my music career and get everything together. I want to do my movie to my album called Full Attention Hotel. I started a podcast, Words from CapeTeaux. I just been trying to keep myself busy during this time because being alone has really been challenging. It's made me think. It has made me kind of like figure out life. I'm growing into an adult more than I have been, having to like really like discover myself and really figure out what I want to take out of life. I almost lost my life. So now it's just me trying to figure out what's my next steps. Since my incident, I stopped smoking marijuana. I stopped smoking, but I also stopped recording too. I recorded a lot of songs since I've been off or been on my break. And, you know, it's been reflective, but it's also been, I guess, wear and tear a little bit. I suffer from anxiety, PTSD. It's crazy. I keep saying it, but it's just crazy. Like, just trying to figure out how to handle myself without having, you know, a lot of support around physically. I'm making it through. I'm getting through. I really am getting through. I want to love again, but I don't want to get hurt. And sometimes, you know, I write and I put a lot of feelings in my music. I've been on break when it comes to like putting out music. The last project I put out musically was my mixtape, Kept On Delivered, which is not on streaming platforms, but it's out. You know, you can find it. But my next project is coming soon. We're getting ready to build that era up. But right now, I just want to focus on, you know, just making sure everything is correct, making sure the rollout is okay, making sure, you know, I know what I'm doing now before I just put out music, you know. Putting out the lockdown and putting out Full Attention, I was kind of like testing the waters as an independent artist and as a CEO of my own record label, Dress Sound Records. It was just me trying to figure out how to maintain my record label and how to continue on as an artist and a record label owner. I can't say everything has been all bad or depressing or anything like that, no. Because during this time I was able to win my award, my music streaming award for 50,000 streams for my Full Attention album. So I was so happy. Did I cry? I don't know. Did I? No, yeah. I was emotional. I ain't gonna say that. I was emotional. Like opening up the packages, actually seeing my album cover in my face. Like it was just like, oh my God, like I finally, I won't say made it, but I finally did something with myself that I wanted to do. I've always wanted to record music of my own. I always wanted to listen to myself and my stories play back at me. And doing that, I'm able to listen to my voice and listen to my stories and actually help myself get out of the situations, mental situations that I be in. Because sometimes I be so hard on myself because I'm such a perfectionist and I want everything to sound right. I want everything to look right. I want everything to be right. I want to look right visually. Like, it's fun, but also I have to put a lot of thought into it because I don't want to be out here looking a mess. I don't want to be out here looking crazy. So I put a lot of stuff together. Yeah. And getting older, I'm doing, how can I say this? Cause I was told like I'm 35 years old now, so I was told like certain things that I do is not, I guess, grown enough. If you would say, but to me I'm funny. I like to crack jokes. I like to be the life of the party. I like to dance. I like to just be free, you know, and not be so hard on myself sometimes. And I guess people don't understand that. And me actually being a gay artist or just being a gay person in general, to me, I'm neutral. I don't have to be a certain way. I don't have to do certain things that most people do. I could just be me and be free. And I think a lot of people, they haven't grasped onto me and my concept and who am I as a person, not even an artist, but as a person. And me as a person, as Tori, I try to be outgoing and not so shy and reserved, but I'm still shy and reserved. It's difficult to explain, but I am like, how is a person like me have a album called Full Attention when I'm so shy, right? But it happens. It happens, and during this time, it's even more, you know, I'm even more secluded, I guess you would say, because I want to keep myself safe. You know, with everything going on, a lot going on, I just want to protect myself, you know, and make sure that I'm doing what's right and keeping my head down and focus on what I want to do going forward. And I want to be proud of myself in the end. I don't want my last days to be where I didn't do what I wanted to do and I didn't go where I wanted to go or hang with who I wanted to hang and date who I wanted to date. Like, I want to be able to be me, be happy, be free, and be a success story, if that makes sense. A lot of people don't know who I am. A lot of people really haven't grasped the person that I'm becoming and want to become as a person and as an artist. And I guess I could start here. I was always brought up to have a job. I was always brought up to bring my own money in and take care of myself, you know. I moved out when I was 18 years old. So since then I was having to take care of myself and make sure I had a good job to keep a roof over my head and clothes on my back, food on my own table. I've always been a loner, but I always kind of been single before a certain amount of time. Now I'm single now, and it's different. It's not the same as, you know, when I was recording my debut album and recording my first EP and things like that, where I had a partner and, you know, I was happy and things was like kind of going, you know. And now I feel like everything's kind of stopped a little bit. I just want to keep going. I want to keep going. I still feel like I have a lot in me to do. I feel like I have a lot in me to accomplish. So I'm just focusing on my music and my photography, and I love modeling. Like I like, since I was like, I don't know how long, probably when I was a kid. I love being in front of the camera. I love taking pictures. Now videos is not my forte, if you might say, but you know, it's necessary. It's needed in the industry that I'm doing. It's needed for me to do. But as far as taking pictures, I love it. Like I love recreating different poses and different pictures that other celebrities or other artists has done and put my own twist into it, you know. I do want to professionally, well, I won't even say professionally, because I feel like the route I'm going independently is professional. But I do want to work with more professional, I guess, music people for newer projects. I want to go into the Babyfaces and L.A. Reid's and Darryl Simmons and Jermaine Dupri's and Jonte Austin and just a lot more. So far, I have been able to work with some dope people as producers, because I'm not right now. I'm not a creator of beats, so I have to still buy my beats and stuff like that. But I do want to go into the studio with the best now. I'm ready to actually like take the leap of faith and do it, because I want to be out there. I want to win my Grammy and change the world and win my Billboard Awards and BET Awards and all that. Like I want to do that. I want to rub shoulder to shoulder to the celebrities that's already doing their thing. Like I see myself doing it, and it's two lanes right now. Right now I'm in two lanes. It's like pursue my music career and go full force and get out there and perform and, you know, travel and tour and all that. But with all that, you gotta have money. You gotta have the backing. You gotta have the support. You gotta have the management. You gotta have everything in line to do that stuff. And with me just being one person and not having all that, it's difficult. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's really difficult. But I feel like it's a task that I know I could do. I've been doing my studying and my research, trying to see, you know, who do I talk to, who do I go to. And with me being as shy and reserved I am, I still haven't built that confidence to do that. I still feel like I'm not a singer. I still feel like I'm not a rapper, but I am a musician. I feel like that I can record good music that people would like. But I also want to go out there and accomplish a fear and a dream that I've always had. I started my podcast, Words from CapeTeaux, because it was needed. It was something under my belt that I needed to do for my artistry. I've had podcasts and YouTube channels. I'm on my YouTube channel now. But my podcast was more explaining my story of being a music artist and what made me become a music artist, what pushed me to become a music artist. And just giving a backstory of the songs and things like that. Like, I wanted to do that. That was something that I wanted to put forward to the people and let the people, you know, kind of know me a little bit more. It wasn't as polished as I wanted, but it was still done. To me, it was still done right. And I hope that people love it. I hope people listen to it and like it and stuff like that, because it came from a genuine place. It was something that I really needed to get out. Like, I didn't want to focus on what was going on in the world. Like, people see what's going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to put my testimony out there as an artist. I wanted to create more than just music, you know? In certain ways, I do feel like I have support. In certain ways, I feel like I am loved. But I can't say, well, I will say this. Most artists say that, well, when I do music and when I'm doing this, I feel alone. I can identify with that because I do sometimes feel alone physically, you know, not having, you know, people around to like talk to and vent to, and me having to call, you know, me having to reach out and call other people to vent to. And, you know, sometimes it'd be like, well, sometimes I don't want to do that. Sometimes I just wish I had somebody here I could just talk to and vent to, and they listen to what I got going on and just try to coach me through it, you know. And I know it ain't all about me, but that's what I be needing sometimes. And sometimes I just feel like I want to be held, like my song on Feelings, like I need a hug. Like, yes, I do. Like, you know, even the strong need a hug, you know. And I put on this strong face and this strong attitude, you know, because, you know, everybody got a lot going on in their lives, and a lot of people, you know, sometimes don't have an ear to want to listen to another person's problem if it ain't something happy or giddy or, you know, upbeat, you know. So sometimes with me, I just keep it tucked away, and when it's time to talk about it, talk about it. But I will say this, I'm happy that now I'm going back to counseling. I was in counseling in 2012 for I almost overdosed on prescription medication, and I was told to go talk to someone about what was going on at that time. During that time, it was just the same. I guess the same thing now, but I'm older, you know, so I'm able to kind of like handle it a little bit more than I did last time. But then I was young. I was, you know, working. I was probably on my last leg at that job, and my family had moved away for the first. Well, I won't say for the first time, but it was one of the first times where I was alone, and I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to cope with the rejection in dating and just being alone. So I would take prescription medications, not by the dozens, but I would take about 5 or 10, and I would just sleep. I would numb myself. I wasn't a drinker. I wasn't a smoker then. It was just like I had pain medication, and it made me feel one way, and I just wanted to numb myself. It was difficult, and going to counseling at that time, it was an eye opener. I learned that I didn't want to die. I learned that I just wanted to keep going. And if it wasn't for nobody else, it was for me. Because I still feel like I had a lot to go. And I think God felt the same way, because years had passed, 10 years has passed, and I'm here, talking to you guys about my story and about, my journey and becoming not only a recording artist, but a human being, a grown human being, and a lot is against me, and I have to rise from that. I have to rise from that. Being a black male, being a male first, a black male at that, gay at that, and then short. So it's a lot of things that I have to do to have people to take me serious. And when you're doing a certain thing and it's business, and you're not only doing it for your talent and building, something, you still wanting the income from other people supporting that. So you also got to come at it in a different way as well. So people can say, well, I don't worry about people gotta say, but you do worry when they give you your money too. So you just got to figure that out. I got to figure that out still to this day. I still got to figure out how to market myself and promote myself the right way so I can be heard and seen, and for people to, I want to be able to change people's lives with my music and my testimony, because if people only knew what I go through, and for them to just listen to my music, they'll hear it. A lot of people appreciate it more, because I don't make music just for the LGBT community. I make it for everybody. Like, everybody is a loving creature. Everybody wants and feel like they deserve love. So with my music, that's what's in there. It's a story of, me overcoming and me having to, and me dealing with the trials and tribulations of love and relationships, and, just having to deal with it. Like, me going into counseling now is me trying to figure out how to build bonds with new people, because I've lost a lot of people around me, and not from death. It was friendships, relationships where it just wasn't working out. It just wasn't working out. And you could be a good person, and you can be a helpful person and a genuine person, but if that person is just, if y'all chemistry is not there, it's just not there, and it's something that you can't force. If it's for you, it's for you, and God he gonna let you know. He gonna let you know when it's not for you, or if it's for you or not. And sometimes losing friendships seems like a death, because you can't really call that person like you want to just talk to and vent to and stay on the phone with as much as you want to. You know what I'm saying? And being an adult, you deal with adult things. Like, I know as an adult, you can't always, be on the phone like you was in high school or elementary, where you really just didn't have nothing to do but go to school, Now you got to worry about working and money and bills and, trying to be a good citizen and staying out of trouble and finding what to eat every day. Like, it gets tough. And all I can say for me is to be patient and just still find that kind and loving spirit that takes me on, that continue to takes me on through my life and through my journey. just because, you know, things don't work out don't mean it's all you. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you gotta just kind of like accept, you know, a ending of a situation, you know. But I am glad that I'm going back to counseling because it's needed. And like I said, when I went 10 years ago, I went for something totally different, and I learned so much coming out. I learned about boundaries. I learned about writing. I learned about, you know, getting in touch with myself and dating myself, and, you know, not being afraid to just be me and be out in the world. But even now, it's still hard because I don't club anymore. I don't, you know, be in the crowd like I used to. When I was younger, I used to dance. I used to, you know, be at the club 4 days a week, you know, and that got tired. That got kind of draining to me because being in the scene, you kind of like see stuff, and, you know, it's a lot in the gay world because, you know, you think everybody love each other, you know, because we all got something in common, but it's still I won't say a competition, but it's still, you know, hey, you're not gay enough, but you're not straight enough. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of had to deal with that in my 20s, going into my 30s, where I just felt like I wasn't enough to be who I am. And I had to learn it. I had to really learn how to be into myself and be comfortable in my own skin. I'm not a skinny person. I'm not a person with abs and all that, but I still love my body because I came a long way. I was a chubby kid, you know what I'm saying? I had a gut. I had a, you know, I'm still, you know, trying to get rid of my gut, but like it was there, like, and it's just something I had to like accept, you know. How can somebody accept you if you don't accept yourself, right? So I had to learn how to accept myself, my human being. And now I've accepted myself, but that's not the problem now. Accepting myself is not a problem. It's having to deal with other people not accepting me and how to deal with it and not fall into a depression and not having this low self-esteem, you know. And my low self-esteem comes with my music now, and wanting my music to sound right, and me wanting to hit the right notes, and me wanting to sound the way I want to sound and not how everybody else think I should sound. And all of that can be draining. All of that can be stressful. All of that can take a toll, especially if you don't have an outlet or a person that kind of can steer you in the right direction when you're going off the road, you know. But it is a learning process because you're able to stumble. And when you stumble, you're able to learn from that stumble.
911, where's your emergency?
Hello, I just collapsed on my floor. I need an ambulance. I feel like mental health is important, but I also feel like your physical health is important as well. And after my whole collapsing, it was scary. Not only because it happened, but it happened while I was by myself. Okay, so what happened was, in the beginning of the day, I was fine. I have high blood pressure, so my refills came in, and I'm on 7 blood pressure medications. And when my refills came in, I took each one. And I normally don't, but that day I did, because I haven't really been taking my medication like I should as far as my blood pressure medicine. And so that day I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and take all my medication and, you know, go about my day. So that early afternoon, I had took my medication, and I wanted to. I had talked to my friend or whatever, and we was talking about, you know, family and things like that, and got off the phone, and I said, I'm hungry. I want to go get me something to eat. So I went to the store and got the stuff to prepare my food. I came back. Mind you, it's summertime. It's hot. You know, around at that time I went, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, not in the morning, but 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was hot. In the middle of the day, it was hot. So I went to the store, and I came back home. I put my groceries up. Well, I put them on the counter. Not up. I put my groceries on the counter. And I just felt tired a little bit. So I went in my room and laid down for a second, and I came back into the kitchen to start putting the stuff up and start, you know, washing dishes and things like that to start cooking. So when I did that, I put my food up or whatever. I put the stuff up and left the food out or whatever. And I wanted to start washing dishes. So as I was trying to wash dishes, I still felt weak. So I had came out from the kitchen, and as I came out, I fell. I didn't know I fell until I fell. So when I fell, I don't know how long I was out until I came to. And when I came to, my photography equipment was on the floor. Like I was in the middle of the floor, and I had my phone in my hand. And so when I came to, I called 911. And I just told them, hey, I collapsed on my floor. I need a paramedic. You know, I couldn't breathe. It was hard for me to breathe. I got up off the floor, still on the phone with paramedics, and I was walking in my hallway to my office. When I got in my office, I have a futon in my office, so I laid on my futon, and I was still talking to the paramedics. So when I laid on my futon, she asked me if I could unlock the door. So when I got up to try to unlock the door, I fell again in my office, knocking everything over on the floor. I was out. I was gone. And for how long, I can't even tell you how long I was out. And while I was out, I had my phone in my hand, so I was laying on the ground, I had my phone like this, and I heard, when I was coming to, I heard the lady on the phone, are you still up? Hey, hi, sir. And I said, yes, I'm here. I just fell again. She said, okay, someone is coming. Can you get up? And I tried to get up, and I did get up. But I was so weak to where I was just like trying to get myself in the living room to like unlock the door. I had busted my lip. I don't know at what fall I busted my lip on, but I busted my lip. And as I was walking to the living room, I unlocked the door and I laid on the couch. When I laid on the couch, you know, I was still out of it. Didn't know really what was going on. I was scared out of my mind. Like I just didn't know what was going on. So after, you know, the 911 operator, you know, took all my information, and I tried to give her my mom's telephone number, and I don't think it was happening because I couldn't really come to a little bit. I could get some stuff out, but not a lot, you know. So I had laid there, she got the phone. So after I got off the phone, that's when I found that I had busted my lip, because I saw the blood, and I was like, where's this blood coming from? So I had took my phone, and I had took the camera, and I had took a picture, and my lip was busted. So I had FaceTime my mom, and she was like, oh my God, what happened? So I told her what happened, and during the time I was talking to her, that's when the ambulance came, and when they came, they took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was 75/15. My blood pressure was really low, really low. So this is my first time in the ambulance. So they took me in the ambulance and I went to the hospital, and come to find out I was dehydrated. I didn't think I was, but I was. But also, I think it was a combination of my blood pressure medication, because some of my blood pressure medications, I can't be in the sun. I can't be in extreme heat because I have water pills as well. So, saying that to say everything, just take care of yourself. Make sure that you're being nice to yourself. Make sure you're being gracious to yourself, because you never know what may happen when no one is around. So you just got to make sure that you're taking it slow and you're just being really, really nice to yourself, and drink water, And with Dallas, the heat is crazy during the summer. So you just got to make sure you're hydrated, you're drinking your water, and, you're kind of exercising. And I need to take that advice too, of exercising, because I'm not really a big exerciser. But, you just got to be in tune with yourself and make sure that your health is, A1, especially if you want to continue to live. Because I'm going to tell you that when I was laying on that couch and, I was waiting on an ambulance, people to come, as much as I had difficulties in this year, and I had a period where I felt like I didn't really want to be here, But that moment showed me that I did, because I told God, I don't want to die. I don't want to go anywhere right now. And that scared me. Me saying it scared me. Even before, I wasn't trying to kill myself or nothing like that. It's just the thoughts because of, me losing friendships and me not having a job and me trying to find a job, and, me asking myself, why are you looking for a job if you have music and, and you this award-winning artist and you got this. Why are you trying to go back in the work field 9 to 5, hitting the clock? But, some days you just got to do what you got to do, especially if you need the money. You just got to kind of lacing up your bootstraps and put on your big boy drawers or big girl drawers and, do what you got to do, And I might not, work a regular job, all my life, but I do want to keep a roof over my head, because everything going up, gas, rent, everything, food, everything going up. And if you don't have a main income that's constantly coming in, you got to do something, you know what I'm saying? And with me, I'm not a street person, so I'm not keen to do stuff like that. So I'm just trying to weigh my options and do the best I can as one, and continue on in my mission and in my fight. I wanted to do this video because I wanted to not only tell my journey after, releasing music and doing my podcast and the TV show and, things like that, but I also want people to know that you can do it. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Just start it. You got to start it if you want to do it. So believe in yourself. Take care of yourself. Be nice to yourself. Love those who are around you that loves you, because tomorrow is not promised. And just do what makes you happy. And that's what El CapeTeaux has to say. Come on now. I'm sensitive about my shit.